Good evening, everybody, and apologies for the delay. Welcome to the Ultimate Formula. We are in Zandvoort, Netherlands for TUF1 round 5, and as you can see, we seem to have a wet session through qualifying. Tom are currently on pole with a 10.3, Foxy then just behind him with a 10.4. Start to get all the settings sorted for you. We've got Trunder's Bossman showing and Funky all retiring so far. Toma sets yet another faster lap. Okay, so it's just started to rain, Sean says. So, yeah, you can see Toma putting that lap in on softs. Probably timed that lap to perfection, really, because you can't see anybody else really beating that time, judging by the track state at the moment. So, a few guys now retiring, Waitsy and Santero. And yeah, you're definitely not going to see any faster laps. So yeah, apologies for the delay in the start of the stream tonight. I've been working and just go home, and here we are. Julian currently in P3, of course, after his disappointing week last week. I believe he retired, but still is the championship leader, if my maths is correct. So Weavesy's still on an outlap. Okay, let's get Dreams in. So I'm not seeing Dreamsy. What's going on? He's not commented in the Discord at all to say that he can join me. So Dreamsy, if you are listening in, drop me a message on the Discord, mate, and I'll gladly invite you in to join me tonight. So if everybody could just retire, that would be greatly appreciated, rather than waiting the next couple of minutes. As it stands then, Toma P1, Foxy P2, Julian in P3, Bats is P4, going for a run on the Inters, which is interesting. Might be worth doing, especially if we're going to get a wet race. Get a lap or two practice in. Julian looks like he's doing the same as well, and Baza. Santero, of course, retired in P5, Eden's P6, Fnatic reserving this evening. Back at the old stomping ground. Baza also a reserve in P8, still in 9th. Weavesy 10th. Then we got Waitsy, Trenders, Backmarker, all TUF2 representatives, as Backmarker loses his front wing. Then we got Silent, Young Breezy, Bossman, Josh, Andy, Sean, and then Funky, who disqualified. Excuse me. got a spinner, I think, in Eden. On these inters, yeah, there he is. And Julian has to back out completely. Bats is going for it. And looking pretty good with those intermediates, it has to be said. Most definitely someone to look out for if it does rain. Bit of oversteer there as the back end steps out. Can be a difficult track, difficult corner course in the dry. And we're just waiting on 6 or 7 of these guys to retire so we can get on with the race. Eden and Julian deciding to go around in formation. So yeah, if we do see the rain, then we might see a couple of these guys who've done 1 or 2 laps gaining advantage. If you are joining us, pop some messages in the chat. Let's have some back and forth action. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. My problems have all gone. Who's winning the race? Fastest lap, podium. Who's been in at lap 1? Content. Give me the content. Hey, TT. My singing voice is beautiful. Anyway, enough of TT. Torma takes pole then in TUF1 Netherlands. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring you the pole lap completely, but we did catch the tail end of it. Foxy then P2. Julian sets his fastest time on mediums. Interesting. Which says to me we'll get a dry start. We'll wait and see. Bats 4th, Santero 5th, Eden, F1atic, Baza, Stinner, Weavesy. Then we've got Waitsy, Trunders, Backmarker, Silent, Young Breezy, Borsman, Josh, Andy, who had a qualifying ban, Showen, and Funky. So 4 people then, with no time included, and then additionally Andy, who had a qualifying ban, and on top of that, Funky disqualified. So not the easiest qualifying session for the guys here in Zandvoort, and it is a dry start. So Julian very well placed in P3. Send me an invite for a party and I'll join you in comms. Alright, bro. There he is. Right, Dreamsy, I have sent you an invitation, my friend. Hopefully you can join me very soon to stop me singing and ruining TT's evening. There he is. Hello. Hello. It's me. Hello from the other side. Oh, wait, okay. Tyres then. So, Julian, the only one in the top 13 starting on mediums. Of course, Weighty, Trund as a back marker do get fresh softs for the start. Silent, Young, Breezy, Andy and Sean have gone for the mediums. Boseman, Josh and Funky looking to go along with the hard compound tyre. And Weavesy gets disqualified from the formation lap as just showing. Okay. TT, get in the booth, man. Come and join me.
There.
Yes!
I was like talking, but I forgot to turn my headset on. I was like, wait.
I think you're quite low as well. I don't know if you're, are you quite far away from your mic, or are you?
No, I got it pretty close.
Oh yeah, that's a bit louder.
Yeah, okay, I just accidentally touched my, the headset, made it a bit quieter.
Alright, bro. Are you in the session?
Yes.
Wicked. Right. Cool. We're about to get started then. We're on 5 lights. Get off the strategy. And we're off. And Foxy gets a great start, as does the Williams up in P3. That's Bats. They've both jumped Julian. Just try and get on board. Tom are going side by side. Oh, and Julian sneaks one up on the inside. Tomer and Bats battling. Julian sees the gap and shoves his car up into P2. Eden's got past Santero. Baz has got past Fanatic. Silence got up a couple of spots as well.
And he's got a great start.
Really struggling to hear you there, Mitt. Sorry. Weavesy's had a bad start. He's dropped all the way back down to P19. Andy's just got past back marker. Stinner's making a move on Trunders. There's a bit of side-by-side action there. That was Trunders, I think, hitting the grass. Let's get back up to the front end then. Show you position changes off the opening lap. Foxy and Julian up 1, Tomer then dropping 2. Didn't have the best start. Batsu did actually have a great start, but got compromised with his battle with, in his battle with Tomer. Yeah. Yeah, it looked as if there was somebody else there. Trunders as well. So we got 3.
Josh just got loose out of the last corner.
Yeah.
To the wall on the right.
Well, fortunately for these guys, they can just jump in the pit straight away. So that's Josh, Andy, and Trunders then. Oh, Trunders decided to stay out, which is a brave decision. Fanatic's retired.
Oh, Trunders is on again. But he doesn't look like he has anything.
So not a great return for Fanatic tonight. A wet qualifying and puts 1 lap in before, or doesn't even get 1 lap in really before having to retire the car.
I can tell you there might be rain towards the end of the race. Talking about that a little bit during the qualifying.
I'm really struggling to hear you, man. Guys, let me know in the chat if you guys are struggling to hear Dreamsy as well. Julian sets the fastest lap with a 13.3, just under a second behind Foxy's got Toma right in his grill as well, of course on the faster tyre. Let's have a look, there you go. This was a great return, yeah man. Let's hope for better next time. It's always good to see you on the grid.
I turned everything very high.
There we are, that's much better, man. So thanks for joining me at such late notice, dude. Much appreciated. We've had quite a frantic start, yeah? 3 laps in, we've 1 retirement, we've had 3 guys already in the pits.
Very different car strategy from a lot of people. You see a lot of soft, medium, to hard runners.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, these the 2 hard runners you see there, Boseman and Funky, were towards the end. Stinners are retired.
Oh, he lost it out of the last corner. Just
Trying a safety car.
I don't
Okay.
think anybody should pit right now. The tires are anything compared to 2020. The softs go very long.
No, I think that the hard runners should definitely stay out, but they've already passed the pits anyway. Of course, Andy's already pitted, as is Josh, and Trunders hasn't, so he may come in for a stop. His tyres are probably a bit dead. I think he's had a couple of spins, so
Take the opportunity to pit.
yeah. So 3 laps in, 2 retirements. Fnatic goes first, followed closely then by Stinner. We'll wait and see what happens to Trunders, see if he makes a left of the pit, and he stays out. So Foxy managed to get himself a little 2.5 second gap there to Julian. Obviously this is going to close back down now due to the safety car.
Yeah, but it looks as if the mediums have much more grip at the start of the race compared to the mediums.
Yeah.
Really pulled away.
Oh, and we do see pits. So Bats was the first one in. He's going straight onto the hards. Oh, Baz is going to have to stack. That's so unfortunate. That's cost Baz a little bit. He's going on to mediums, but he's had a double stack.
Very unlucky.
Yeah. Eden's gone for mediums. Santero's gone hards. Baza, Backmarker and Weavesy all go for the medium tyre. Let's have a look to see if Andy can get ahead of any of these. No, he doesn't. So yeah, I don't think Baza actually lost that many positions, even though he had the double stack, to be honest with you. So that's hasn't worked out too badly for him.
Yeah. Considering this track is really hard to overtake as it makes the start finish straight.
Yeah, Boseman and Funky a bit earlier. They're even better positioned now with these hard tyres. Like you said, it's a difficult track to overtake. You've probably got one real legitimate position to overtake, and that's at the end of the pit straight. Other than that, it's going to be done sort of one and lost with the pit stops, and yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, Stinner says going great. Unlucky, bro. Let's go again. Yeah, there's a couple of guys still saying the commentary's a bit low. Dreamsy, man. I don't know whether my volume's too high with the car sounds, the car volume. Oh, young Breezy. Oof, almost loses it under the safety car. There's a yellow flag. That's the safety car, of course.
Okay, now I legit cannot make it higher.
There we go. That's much better.
Alright. So it stays this way.
Thank you, Stinner, bro. Right, so got a little bit of traction in the chat now. What do you reckon from you? Who's your favourite to win from this position? Can you see anyone getting an unlikely podium? What's your thoughts?
From right now, during the safety car, I mean, you obviously gotta take Julian as a favorite, as always.
Yeah.
No matter which race. And then I do believe that Boseman does have the pace to keep up. And if those hearts come alive, he's in a really, really strong position. And after that, P3, I'm not sure. It's so easy. If you touch one curb on this track, you're instantly going to lose the car. So one little mistake and you're gone. So it's really hard to predict.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a late safety car is what Boseman would be praying for.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been too lucky with he hasn't been too lucky with safety cars this season. But yeah, we await the restart, and Foxy then makes the getaway. There's a bit of side-by-side action. Boseman then making a move on Young Breezy, and he's up in the P5. Waitsy getting the move done as well. And Funky, so Young Breezy losing a couple of moves. Oh, and Funky gets really close to the back of Young Breezy there, and we've got Bats has fallen down the order. Something's happened with Bats. Andy, I think's had another moment as well.
I think he spun on the inside curve. Yeah, his car looks fine. He might have just spun it. It's very unlucky.
So you called it then, you did say that touching one curb would cost you, and Bats was the highest runner of the guys that have pitted, and now he finds himself right towards the back.
I should have not jinxed my own teammate. Ooh, but Josh doesn't have a front wing.
Okay, so
was
maybe
just on board with Bats. He has no front wing at all.
Yeah, he's really struggling. So pit stop imminently then for Josh, who's already been in the pits once. Foxy pulling out 8/10 so far on Julian. Julian deploying the ERS, but so is Toma in behind. Can Toma take advantage of the slipstream? Tries to move to the right. He's just not been able to get close enough though to mount a serious challenge. DRS of course coming up in a couple of laps time. If Toma can manage to stay patient. That's Young Breezy then. And he's gone for a spin. We've seen him have a moment and lose a couple of positions on the safety car restart, and he's gone again.
And this time he did hit the wall.
Yeah, man, I know. Go on.
That should be damage from what I've saw.
Yeah.
You can't really see it on the car, but he has to have damage.
I know exactly how he feels as well. When we raced TUF1 in Zandvoort, I hit that curb 3 times, twice in qualifying, once in the race, and yeah, lost my wing every single time. The thing is, I know it's time trial, so you shouldn't really go off time trial, but you hit it so well in time trial, it doesn't phase you one bit, but you hit it in the race, and it's game over.
Yeah, it's a much different feeling in the multiplayer race.
Toma a bit further back from Julian this time. Julian also a bit closer to Foxy, but not close enough. We've got a bit of action going on down here as backmarker and Eden losing a couple of moves as Andy quietly made his way up the order, looking up the inside of Weavesy. Can Weavesy fight it back on the outside? No, he can't. And that's Andy up in a P10. Trunder's up in a P12 as well, quietly making his way up.
I think Eden and backmarker came together, I think, because both of them dropped massively, and no damage to either car.
Yeah, I wonder if Sean got caught up in that as well, because I think Sean lost a couple of places during that exchange.
I think Bats dropped a little bit as well. I just saw where Eden did get past him again, so he must have made a mistake as well. But I do know that Bats didn't really have enough time to practice. He just told me that he had like 1 hour of practice before this race today.
Yeah. It's tough, man. You do always see the advantages that people have when they have that time to practice. But on board with Julian now, he's very close to Foxy. Foxy goes ultra defensive. DRS is activated. He's going to have the inside line. Julian gets the move done before they even get to the corner. And that's P1. And his home Grand Prix.
Already dropped?
I shouldn't think so. They spent what 3 or 4 laps under the safety car.
Yeah. Might just be the outright pace of Julian. Because I really cannot see the soft dropping that fast.
I think he was only 2/10 off in qualifying on the harder compound, so
that just shows his outright pace.
Yeah, I suppose as soon as those softs get to 22%, that's when you're really going to see Julian come alive. As soon as they lose that little edge.
Key moment though, as well as for Boseman in P5. Just shy of the DRS. I think if he can get into the DRS, he's in a really strong position.
Yeah, I don't see.
He's on the hardest tire.
I don't see any reason why he can't. Of course, there's going to be a DRS train here. Julian is like 12th in time trial in the world. There we go. Then he sets the fastest lap of the race as well. On the lap he took the lead. So Waitsy's in. So Waitsy's going for hard compounds, is he? No, he's going for mediums. So that looks like a regulation stop from Waitsy then. So he's going to be. So he is the first normal then runner to get rid of those softs and take the gamble. He might sort of trigger other guys to come in maybe. And he slotted in behind Bats.
But he's stuck. Needed.
Just on board with Silent there, and his I think his connection's got epilepsy. We'll get off that.
Foxy's really dropping back right now.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of pressure from behind. And he used a lot of ERS already compared to Toma. He's got almost double the ERS.
Of course, Toma did put in the pole lap. He did sit on pole, and he has shown some decent pace in the early exchanges. And there we go. Ooh, Silent. Can we see Toma now then try and get this gap back down to Julian in the front? We've got yellow flags in sector 2. That's for Josh towards the back, having a little moment on his own there. See if we've got anything going on further back.
Well, closest is Eden on the back of Sean.
Yeah, and he's looking around the outside. Oh, he's into the wall. And that, I'm sure, will be a safety car. I'm sure it will be.
Him.
And it is.
There we go. That's perfect for Toma and Foxy right now. I would pit if I would be them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Julian pit as well here. Put on the hards. I think everybody's pretty much going to go to hards here.
Yeah, I think that might be a wise choice. Not sure if the medium, the softs really can go that long.
No, I don't think so. Be interesting to see how far the mediums can go though. Do you think the mediums will be able to get 23 laps? 24 laps?
I reckon everybody's gonna pit though, right now.
Yeah, Boseman's in as well then, so he's getting rid of his hards. Silent stayed out. As is Baza. Yeah, these guys of course have already been in the pits already. But Weavesy stays out on his mediums, so I think Weavesy's going for the medium soft. Julian, Toma and Foxy all put on mediums. Boseman and Funky of course had to put on mediums because they started on the hards. Trunders is going to come out behind Bats. Him and Sean have both put on hards as well. Backmarker's back in.
I'm surprised that Toma and Foxy both did off for the hards. I was expecting them to go onto the mediums.
Well, yeah, and Stinner's just popped in now to say that there's expected rain at the end. So he believes that the medium tyre is the best to go on. So Who's probably in the best position? Well, I suppose Silent, I don't think he's going to be able to go long enough for those medium tyres to get to the rain if it's right at the end. So he's going to have to come in anyway. So you might see Santero maybe in, Santero and Baza in a great position here to get to the changeover. Andy as well.
Yeah. It depends though, because I can speak from experience. I had a league race on Sunday where I got told to rain, that it was going to rain at the end of the race, but the rain never came. So, not sure if the same is going to happen here.
Jeff and his false information.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm really looking forward now to Boseman trying to attack Foxy, Tom and Julian on the softer compound. That should be exciting. Bats comes back in then, so maybe Bats is going to change over into the mediums and hope to get them to the changeover. But yeah, probably, Julian now down into P6, so...
But yeah, the wing change as well.
Oh, okay. And Backmarker's back in as well. I think this is his 4th pit stop.
Same thing. He changed the wing as well. Not sure if they're both collided with each other.
Okay. So yeah, Julian with a bit of traffic to navigate then. And a very fast Toma in behind.
Now they're both on the same tires, so it really depends on who's got much more pace than the other one.
Yeah. Interestingly though, Toma is stuck behind Young Breezy, who is currently a lap down, so that is going to frustrate the hell out of him on this restart.
I would reckon that Breezy is just going to move to the side, just let everybody pass.
Yeah.
Because he's not in this race.
It's extremely frustrating though to be stuck in the middle of that pack, and he's gone off again. Safety car's in, and Tom's gonna have to make up a gap here because he could get dropped.
See how Silent gets on. Oh, he's gonna take this restart.
So the second restart then behind him. And away he goes. And Santero has a dreadful start. As does Weezy, by the way. Yeah.
Ooh, Julian gets up the inside, yeah. Weezy's not giving up though.
No, but Weezy got caught napping. There's someone going pretty wide. Oh, Boseman's got dropped down.
Yeah.
Side by side with Funky. Oh, lovely. I'm gonna get. Come on, keep this going. They've pretty much been neck and neck the whole race, these two. Boseman has to slip in behind at the moment, gets on the curb and concedes the place. Funky looking now at the inside of Foxy.
Great battle.
Yeah. It's such a nice part of the track to race there. To go side by side isn't an easy feat. Ooh, Foxy gets on the curb.
So close.
Silence managed to drop Baza a little bit, and he's dropped Santero in turn. Here's Andy getting in Santero's slipstream. We've got Funky making a move on Foxy and Boseman making a move on Foxy. Let's get on board with that, see what's going on. Boseman and Funky again side by side.
They're not letting each other alone.
Oh, Boseman! You've got to be careful on that curb, he's got the undercut. Foxy's going to have to hang around the outside. Boseman gives him the room. He's currently got a nose ahead. Not giving it up though. Funky, this is a great battle.
That was very, very good. Really clean.
Ooh, that's a watch you wing there. Might give Foxy the chance to throw one up on the inside. There's yellow flags in sector 2. That is back marker, I believe.
Back marker. Yeah, he's gone for a spin.
Oh,
wing damage
Boseman
though,
going deep.
as it looks.
Boseman nearly collecting the back of
And Andy gets
Torma.
past Santero
Yeah,
at the
and
last
it
corner.
looks like only a matter of time before Julian makes his move as well, up on the inside. A bit of a
I'll tell
bad
you what,
camera angle.
Julian's in a great position now, since Toma is stuck behind Wheezy,
Yeah,
cannot get past him. And Julian is just making one overtake after another.
yeah, Torma really needs to get that move done as soon as possible. Of course, he needs to get past Weavesy and then Santero before he can even mount the challenge on Julian. Oh, a bit of oversteer, and that's Boseman through as well. We got sector 2 and 3, so that's back marker again, going for another wobble.
I think he had 3 spins on the last 4 corners. It's not looking good for him. And he goes around again. Yeah, his tires are absolutely cooked.
He needs to watch out because front runners are now very close behind him.
And Boseman gets past Weezy at the end of Sector 2.
And that will frustrate the hell out of Torma. He took so long trying to get past him, and Boseman's managed to do it in little to no time. Yeah. Julian then, not quite close enough to Andy at the moment, but he's got DRS. No, he's not going to get close enough yet.
Thomas going for a move.
He's going to have to be a late lunge. Weavesy leaves him the space.
The room.
Yeah.
Side by side still, don't touch the curb. And Weezy just considers the position.
And just behind them as well, we had Funky and Foxy, who were side by side for a little bit there. Funky keeps the position. Foxy, another one that's struggling on this since the restart. What's going on?